Hello, hello, and welcome to Lighthouse Tarot, where we embrace the light within ourselves and within others. I'm your host, of course, Willow Riley, coming back at you with a new video. If you are new to my channel, warm welcome from my heart to yours. Come join a bit. You might enjoy it here. If you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for all your likes, shares, and comments. That really helps the YouTube algorithm push my videos straight up to the top. Without further ado, today we're going to be getting into the video, which is called Aquarius the Advocate. I strongly believe that every Aquarius, may that be Aquarius sun, moon, rising, Venus, anywhere in your chart, that even if you're an Aquarius stellium, especially if you're an Aquarius stellium, if you have more than 3 planets in Aquarius, your purpose in life is to become an advocate of some sort. Because when we think about the planets that rule Aquarius, right? First off, it's ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is the grandfather of all of the planets. It's a pretty big planet, and it rules over our karma, responsibilities, diligence. Basically, like, do your chores before you can go play, right? Saturn shows us how to buckle down and get shit done. And it is a slow moving planet, so it shows that you have to put a lot of discipline and hard work, and it also rules traditions. So Aquarius usually grows up in a type of environment that might have been pretty strict, if not a little bit harsh on them. Hold on, let me adjust a little bit. Okay. A little bit harsh on them. And Aquarius sees that a lot of traditions in the world are quite outdated, right? They don't really make sense to the Aquarius. And that's because Aquarius is also co-ruled by Uranus, which is the planet of rebellion. Uranus is, while all the other planets are turning like this, Uranus is on its side. Such a rebel, it can't even go like the other planets, right? So Uranus is all about rebellion, changing the collective as a whole. It's about throwing out outdated ideas. It's futuristic. It rules electricity. It rules electronics, the internet, and all that. And Aquarius is the 11th of the zodiac sign, which rules friendship, which also rules humanity. Aquarius is made to change humanity as a whole. And I strongly believe that every Aquarius is made to become an advocate of some sort. And it's just a matter of your experiences and what you are interested in. Because Aquarius, if they're not interested in something, they're going to drop it pretty quick. If it doesn't spark that little electricity inside their head and get their quirky little wheels going inside, they're not going to go the full route with it. But if something has happened in the Aquarius' life, specifically to them, where it's some type of injustice, they want to make a change. They want to speak for others that don't have a voice. That's why Aquarius make really great advocates. And even if something didn't happen personally to that Aquarius, if, let's say, if they notice there's some type of injustice, may that be with, let's say, children, for example, they go to a daycare and they notice that some of the daycare workers are being rough with children. You can get sued for that. And Aquarius is going to speak up against it. Aquarius is a fixed air sign, so they are very opinionated. Libra plays devil's advocate, so they see both sides of it. Gemini changes their mind very frequently, but once Aquarius has a set belief, a set value, and they do the research to get behind that value, they don't change their mind. They're very set in their ideas. They're fixed sign, just like Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus. They're very fixed. It's very hard to change their mind. So for me, when it comes to my own Aquarius stellium, I strongly believe that there is a big stigma, Aquarius with words, a big stigma in this world against people with mental health and people in prison or jail. I feel that sometimes whenever certain people may go to jail, it could be over something small and something non-violent. And I believe Obama wanted to release a lot of people from jail from smoking marijuana or being caught with marijuana because he did not see that as a violent crime. And he wanted to cut down their sentences and to release them. And I agree in certain aspects with that jail is just a waste of tax members' money. It's all about money and politics, and we have a rather harsh view on jail. We feel like everyone in jail is a murderer or has done something horrible. And I'm not saying that we should let everyone run around like serial killers run around without any justice. No, I believe in fairness and justice. But in the jail system, I have seen that certain people are treated inhumanely in the jail system, especially when it comes to the mental health aspect, when they go to the hole or they go to the psych part of the hospital and they spend a month in a jail cell in total solitary confinement and they're not allowed to go take showers or what have you. Man, I wish this would. Okay, now it's cooperating. And also, when it comes to mental health, I have also seen this in regular hospitals, psych hospitals, the inappropriate use of solitary confinement to where it violates your human rights. As a human, as a person, regardless of gender, regardless of sex, regardless of sexual orientation, regardless of race, you cannot be discriminated in the United States. And I see a lot of those human rights. Personally, I have seen those human rights within myself and within others in the mental health system specifically, those rights being exploited. There is no reason to treat someone less than a human. There's never a reason to mess with your human rights. That's not what America's about. Is America not about freedom? Isn't America about fairness and justice and freedom of rights, freedom of speech? Didn't we go against the British for that? Didn't we fight wars over that? You know? And noticing this in the mental health system, I have seen solitary confinement used as a punishment. And a lot of people don't know what solitary confinement is, and a lot of people don't understand that it physically can break someone being in solitary confinement mentally as well as physically. Certain people are put in solitary confinement where it's in complete darkness. They don't have pen or paper. They don't have any communication with anyone else. And this can go on for days. This can go on for weeks. This could go on for an entire month. Sometimes these people are not allowed to take showers. Sometimes these people are not allowed to use the restroom and they have to use it in the solitary confinement room. That is not a way to treat a human. I don't care how that person is acting. We need to throw out that outdated idea from the 1800s in which we treat people with mental illnesses like they are less than anyone else, because everybody struggles with anxiety and depression. If you think about that, that's a mental health illness, and a lot of people stigmatize, mania, bipolar, schizophrenia, borderline as those being more scary. And I learned this in sociology from a really brilliant professor I had when I was doing my associates in college, that oftentimes when people see a homeless person on the street, they will say, oh, they need to just get a job, they need to just get a house, they're mooching off people. when in reality they're projecting their own fears onto that person because they don't want to be homeless themselves. They don't want to have that, their own instability. They have a fear, so they project that onto that person. So in our country, I have noticed we project a lot of our own fears on people with mental illness because we're like, well, what happens if I finally lose and I have a nervous breakdown and then I get stuck in a psych ward? I don't want to be like that, so I'm going to stigmatize and be prejudiced towards this type of people. Or in the jail system, if I'm afraid to go to jail, so I'm going to say they deserve to be there and give them the toughest sentence. I don't agree with that. And there needs to be people that go and do regular checks on people to make sure that they're okay in jail, to make sure that they have the decency to take a shower once a day, in hospitals as well, to take a shower once a day, to use the restroom, to interact with other people. I am highly against solitary confinement. I believe it is, what's the word? I believe that's in our Constitution. Should have prepared more for this video, but it just kind of came on my heart today. Strange and unusual punishments. That's what it is. It's just strange and unusual punishment to put someone in complete darkness without pen or paper, without human interaction, without human decency, without clothing, without pen, paper, without personal hygiene. It's a strange and unusual punishment, and it's outdated and we need to get rid of it. So anyway, that's my piece on Aquarius and advocates. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I believe that I am going to be the one to stand up against this change. May that be a petition, may that be me going back to school and getting my master's in sociology, or may that be me being a nurse and being in the midst of it. I strongly believe that it's time that we made a difference, and it's time we throw out these outdated ideas from our ancestors. We focus on the here and now, which is the future, which is to always put human rights first. So that was my video on Aquarius and advocacy. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you're an Aquarius, drop the Aquarius emoji below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!